Her tools are chainsaws and chisels. Her materials are 4x4 milled cedar beams. Her sculptures are massive, abstract works of stacked and gashed layers of wood. Beginning with only a mental image, Ursula von Rydingsvard draws a few chalk marks on the floor, then builds her pieces from the ground up, deciding as she goes along where and how she'll make her next cuts.
On this drawing, like say I had a kind of circle at the bottom, and then I started with a 4x4 cedar, and here's one chunk that I then drew the ends, the parameters of. And if I wanted this to come out, I'd make the bottoms sort of tuck in more so that they'd have the possibility of coming out. I'd cut this out with a circular saw after I drew it. I'd cut where the drawing was. The image of what sort of I yearned for in this piece is I can be grounded so easily, and in part it's the fault of the wood, but in part it's my doing, you know, that there's a kind of close to the safety of gravity, you know, that I'm not flying in the air, and that I wanted so much to pull out of it, you know, to pull out and get lighter, you know, but I wanted to get lighter like arms get light, or like even in a vase, you know, the arms of a vase get light, or, you know, that kind of lightness, you know. So it's actually the first piece in which I tore away from the body, you know, to come back again to it.
Much of the inspiration for the artist's work comes from personal memories of family experiences.
My daughter had a very close association with animals. She was the only child. And we had a dog that when she would come into the house, she would greet it as girly girl. You know, she would, that was her link to that was her expression when she met the dog. So I think it's in part that gave birth to the title.